Have you ever spent so long staying quiet that you forgot what your own voice sounded like? This chapter is for the parts of us that learn silence before they learn how to speak. Welcome to Healing is an Art. I am your host and author, Yesenia Soltero. Healing is a journey, not a destination. It is the ongoing process of rediscovering who we are beneath the wounds we carry and the stories we have learned to believe about ourselves. Whether you're listening for encouragement, reflection, or companionship on your own path, I am grateful that you're here. Today, I will be sharing Chapter 2, The Broken Language of the Soul. Let's begin. Chapter 2, The Broken Language of the Soul. The soul learns to fall silent when it feels unheard. From a very early age, I understood that there were pains so great they could not be spoken aloud. I learned to swallow tears in silence, to smile while something inside me was breaking, to become whatever was necessary to be accepted. But the soul does not forget. Wounds that are not named eventually find a way to bleed. Learning to name the pain. For years, I carried wounds I did not know how to explain. I did not remember scenes, but sensations, discomfort, fear, confusion, a constant tension that followed me even in the simplest moments. My body reacted before my mind. I had learned to read danger in invisible gestures, to protect myself without knowing why, to distrust without having words to explain it. Over time, I understood that many of these pains did not come from a single moment, but from a series of experiences in which my boundaries were not respected, my emotions were not heard, and I learned that silence was necessary for survival. That silence was not cowardice, it was adaptation. The unspoken words of childhood. Growing up without a language for pain leaves deep scars. I became accustomed to hiding what I felt, to justifying everything, to assuming that I was the problem. I learned to perform more, to study more, to help more, to be useful in order to feel sufficient. But inside me, there was still a part that needed to be seen, heard, and protected. For a long time, I believed, I believed that being strong meant not needing anyone. Today, I know that what I call strength was, in truth, a form of loneliness. The weight of silence. Silence has a cost. It became an invisible burden that slowly weakened my self worth, my ability to trust, and my relationship with myself. I learned to please, to give everything in a relationship in order to feel that I was worth something, to empty myself completely while hoping to receive love in return. In intimacy, I often felt absent because I gave my body and my heart without receiving true care or respect. In friendship, I desperately searched for someone who would listen to me, only to discover again and again that my voice could not find a safe place. Silence also stole my rest. I took refuge in work, studies, and constant service, even when that meant ignoring my own needs. The voice that begins to awaken. If I could return to those moments from the person I am today, I will tell that in part that it does not have to be brave for everyone, that it does not need to justify its emotions to avoid being a burden, that its pain matters, that its voice deserves a space. I will tell it that it is enough, that it is perfectly imperfect, that its wounds do not make it weak, they make it more aware, more human, stronger. I will tell it that even when it feels as though dirt is being thrown over it, the day will come when it will rise again from the ashes. Final reflection. Naming the pain is the first step toward healing. Today I understand that silence does not protect the soul, it confines it. That personal worth does not depend on what others think, on how much one gives, or on how much one endures. The words I never heard from outside, today I receive from within and from God. You are loved, you are enough, you are worthy. If you also carry a broken language of the soul, I want you to know this. You can learn how to speak again. You can find your voice. And when you do, you will discover that your scars do not make you fragile, but deeply indestructible. Thank you for joining me for today's chapter of Healing is an Art. If this words resonated with you, I invite you to continue the journey by exploring the accompanying reflections, music, and resources available through this project. Until next time, be gentle with yourself, trust the process, and remember, healing is an art, and so are you.
I learned to live in quiet, like silence kept me safe. Every word I never said just stayed and took its place. I thought if I kept giving, I'd finally feel enough, but no one ever taught